Ladies and gentlemen, excellencies, dear guests, on behalf of the Körber Foundation, I'd like to welcome you very warmly to the 3rd Berlin Foreign Policy Forum. A special word of welcome goes to you, former President of the Federal Republic, Mr. Weizsäcker. You accompany our international dialogue activities. You have been doing so for more than 20 years as the chairperson of the Bergedorf Roundtables. On top of this, during all of your political career, you have been a supporter of dialogue, an active fighter for reconciliation and dialogue. And this is important for all of our activities at the Körber Foundation. Thank you so much for being with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very happy that so many high-ranking politicians, representatives from government, industry, experts, journalists, come to Berlin, are with us today to talk about central issues of German and European foreign policy. The Körber Foundation organizes the Berlin Foreign Policy Forum in cooperation with the Foreign Office, and this occasion I'd like to thank Minister of State Link and his team for this once again excellent cooperation. Thank you. Even though Foreign Minister Guido Westerwelle cannot be with us today, I'd like to thank him once more, because we, in fact, owe it to him that in 2011, this was on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of the Federal Foreign Office, the idea of having this conference could turn into reality. With this Berlin Foreign Policy Forum, we'd like to take the debate on central foreign policy matters in Germany and Europe to a regular platform, a forum. Germany plays for the future of the European Union a decisive role, and I would say that Germany is a global player, not only in economic terms, but also politically. Today, the coalition round meets for the last time, probably, let me emphasize, probably for the last time, and the preamble of the coalition agreement of CDU, CSU, and SPD on the topic of foreign policy starts with the words, Germany faces its international responsibility and assumes it. This is a very clear commitment. We hear, whenever we hold talks in Germany and abroad, the wish that Germany should be more committed and should shoulder greater responsibility. This forum could serve this matter and make sure that we have a greater exchange on the role of Europe, your role of Germany in Europe, the role of Europe in the world, and on current problems in international policy. And the feedback of the past 2 years has shown us we need such a forum in Berlin. The work of the Körber-Stiftung, the Körber Foundation, is in line with the principle of our founder, Kurt Körber, and I mentioned this last night already. It's about people that should talk to each other and not about each other. And for this reason, more than 50% of the participants to this conference come from abroad. I'd like to welcome representatives from more than 50 ambassadors here in Berlin. I'd like to welcome more than 100 participants from around about 50 countries who participate at this 3rd Berlin Foreign Policy Forum. A warm welcome to you. Ladies and gentlemen, to talk to each other, not to talk about each other, means to us that we should seek a dialogue with all relevant players. In reality, however, this is, well, not that easy. Over the course of the historic transformations in the Arab world, we were seeking the exchange with the new political players. Amongst our guests, we had young revolutionaries of the first hour, liberal politicians from Egypt, Tunisia, but also representatives from political Islam. And here, at the Berlin Foreign Policy Forum last year, we had Gehad al-Haddad, as a representative of the younger generation of the Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood. And he had a strong dialogue here with his colleague from Egypt. All representatives that we had here from the Egyptian Muslim Brotherhood are arrested today. Well, this makes me extremely sad. Further topics, besides the upheaval in the Arab world, is the agreement on an action plan with Iran, just concluded last weekend, the security policy challenges in Asia, and the future of the transatlantic relations against the background of the latest revelations on the NSA activities. Many further current problems of international politics will then be discussed in smaller circles during the lunch break in the so-called breakouts. The Berlin Foreign Policy Forum, first of all, addresses high-ranking representatives of foreign and security policy community, but we also like to involve the public at large. And we focus on taking on board representatives of the younger generation. And many participants of this conference come from our projects for the next generation, the Munich Young Leaders, and the Future Lab Europe. Warm welcome to you. And then I can tell you that all panels from this conference will be transmitted via web stream. And the panelists will also take questions that are communicated via live stream. Students of the Henry Nannen School of Journalists will have short interviews with selected speakers that will also be published on our Facebook website. I'd like to welcome, therefore, everybody, not only the ones who are in this room, but also those who follow us via the live stream. To conclude, I'd like to welcome the representatives of the media. And I would be happy if the contents and the things we discuss here will also be echoed in the press. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome all of you once again. Minister of State, Mr. Link, you now have the floor.
Danke Ihnen.